good, the bad, and the odd. It can only get better.
Welcome to this episode of The Good, the Bad, and the Odd with your host, Michael Sam. Hi, Sam.
Hello there.
Right, so this is a free choice, my choice, and I wanted to do something with Gene Hackman in. And I initially said to you, how about the Poseidon Adventure, which I don't think you've ever seen, but then
I've seen Poseidon Adventure.
Oh, have you? My mistake. But you countered with Superman the movie, and I thought that was a better idea. So we're going to be doing that. Cannot believe we've not done it, considering we've done Supergirl. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you a fan of this Superman and the various, sequels?
Yeah, I admit I haven't watched it in about 15 years.
Yeah, it's been a long time. Me too. I really like 1 and 2. I like 1, 2, and 3. 4 is pretty bad.
Yeah.
So it's got some interesting elements.
I like Superman Returns, so I don't really comment on quality.
Yeah, I certainly like. It was Brandon Routh, right? I thought he was a great Superman, but in a bad film, is my opinion. Yeah. That's how I felt about it. Anyway, okay. So, but before we get into all that, it's Comfy Chair. Do you mind if I start this one?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, I finished a quite long first watch actually, for a lot of it, of the entire Sherlock Holmes TV series with Jeremy Brett. Okay. I always kind of liked it, but I have my own opinions who I think is the best Sherlock Holmes and things like that. And I always keep hearing, Jeremy Brett's the best Sherlock Holmes. So I started watching and I got quite engrossed. It's got that 80s TV, British TV, a bit like Jeeves and Wooster, it's got that kind of vibe. That's obviously a light drama, a comedy drama, where Sherlock's a bit more serious. But you know what? Jeremy Brett absolutely is fantastic. So I think people are right. Jeremy Brett is the best Sherlock Holmes. There's, you can have your opinions on the movie Sherlock Holmes, I suppose, versus the TV one, but I prefer him to Benedict Cumberbatch in that kind of role. I like Benedict Cumberbatch, and I think if I had to pick one Sherlock Holmes, it's probably Jeremy Brett's. Though I'm very, very fond of Christopher Plummer's version in Murder by Decree as well, and Basil Rathbone, of course. But yeah, this is great series. 7 seasons, right? But the later seasons were quite short, 4 or 5 episodes. But really, really superbly done. High quality stuff. Well written, well directed. Just delivers. Really good. Have you ever seen any?
The only Sherlock Holmes films I've really seen are the Robert Downey Jr. ones.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, certainly the Hound of the Baskervilles with Basil Rathbone's worth a watch. We have seen the Peter Cushing Sherlock Holmes Hound of the Baskervilles too, haven't we? Didn't we do that as part of our Hammer? I'm sure we did.
No, I don't think so.
Did we not? I thought we did. Okay, all right. So, yeah, okay. I mean, Robert Downey Jr. is Sherlock Holmes for a whole generation, really, isn't he? And those are great fun films, no doubt about it. But, no, Jeremy Brett was really, really good in this role, as was the rest of the cast. Back to you.
Okay, so my first one is actually a new film that's out in cinemas at the moment. It is Mickey 17, the new, what's his name? Jun Long Ho film, the guy who made Parasite.
Yeah, I wanted to go see this, but I haven't got around to it. I've heard it's really good. Go ahead.
Really good. It's a sci-fi film about a guy that signs up to be what's called an expendable on a spaceship. Basically, he takes all the most dangerous jobs because they've got what's functionally a biological printer to just print a new one of him every single time he dies.
Yeah.
So
it's
just,
a bit Groundhog Day-ish.
Yeah.
Not quite, but yeah.
Kinda. It's basically Robert Pattinson getting to do death scene after death scene over and over. It's quite good, and it is a really good story. You got Mark Ruffalo as the sort of like he's the head of the spaceship, but he is the whole thing is because of, as with all the Bong Joon-ho films. It's very much an analog for real life. In this case, Trump.
Right.
Mark Ruffalo plays Trump, basically.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of like, we're gonna get away from Earth, we're gonna get out there, we're gonna go to a nice pure white planet, and yeah, a lot of jokes like that.
Yeah. Okay, I really want to see this. I'm glad you enjoyed it because I want to go see this.
It's also very funny for how grim it is.
I'm not sure when I get time. I'm a bit busy early this week, and I like to go Monday or Tuesday to the cinema. But you know what? It's possible I could go Sunday night, so I'll have a think about that. Cool. Okay, cool. My next one is I rewatched the 2002 Spider-Man.
Okay, yeah.
I really enjoyed it. I always got a bit salty when Tom Holland turned up, and these films are great, don't get me wrong, where people were going on about how good they were compared to the old, not very good Sam Raimi Spider-Man films, and it's like, what are you talking about? Was my take on that. I kind of get people shitting on Spider-Man 3. Okay, it's a bit of a hot mess. But 1 and 2, I mean 2 in particular, man, that is a great film. But 1 is very good too. I really enjoyed this rewatch. I thought it was very solid. The only weakness in it, in my opinion, is Kirsten Dunst is too whiny as Mary Jane. That's about it.
That's my main problem with the Sam Raimi films. No, it's like Mary Jane is a hard ass in the comics.
Yeah, she's just whiny,
just so wimpy and
fragile. And Peter's there to bolster her, confidence. Yeah. Whereas it doesn't seem right? It doesn't feel right.
Like she has one of the most famous introductions in comics where she's taking charge of a date.
Yeah.
Like, hey, that's how you just hit the jackpot, and basically sweeps him off his feet.
Yeah.
It
just doesn't quite work. But the rest of it I really liked. I've always had a bit of a problem in the past with Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin. I felt it wasn't quite tonally right, but I didn't care this time. I just enjoyed it. I mean, some of the effects aren't great, but the acting, some of the shots are really terrific. And there's some really good stuff in this film, and I really enjoyed it greatly. I'm glad I rewatched it. I'll have to get to 2 at some point, but 1 was really good, but 2's even better. I know that, 2 is one of the great superhero films in my opinion. Spider-Man 2. But yeah, it was a fun rewatch. Yeah, back to you.
Okay, so my next thing is actually a video game that came at the tail end of last month. That's Monster Hunter Wilds, newest part of the Monster Hunter franchise. This one is framed more as even more open world than the previous one. So now, instead of being isolated areas connected by paths, previously those paths would be loading zones in older games. Now it's just wide open area. So you can stumble through like other monsters just doing stuff.
Okay.
And like they get involved in the fight, and it ends up a bit of a barroom brawl whenever you're doing a fight, and it's really fun. So.
Can you literally encounter them anywhere, or is it a little more like, well, if you go into this area, you might hit one, and if you get do you ever accidentally stumble into 2, say, or?
Oh yeah, you'll stumble into multiple. There's the new sort of behavior mechanic for this one is that there's monster packs. So you'll end up with like a bunch of them running over the hill at you because they've got some
climb up a tree.
You got if you kill the alpha, the pack will scatter, but you can't kill all the members of the pack for extra carving materials. So that's the way off here.
Right. Okay. So that's on PC.
I'm playing it on PlayStation 5. But it's on PC and it's on Xbox, not on Switch.
Not Switch.
Because the Switch would not be able to handle that.
Monster Hunter Wilds. Okay, cool. Those games do look good.
Yeah.
Okay, my next one is I'm slowly working through Hitchcock, and I'm getting towards the end now. And I say that, I've still got like 7 films left. But every one of the films I've got left is quite a famous Hitchcock film, let's put it that way. But I just watched Vertigo. Considered one of the greatest films ever made, isn't it? On some polls, critics polls, it's actually been voted the best film ever made. Great film. I'd forgotten how good it was. Because when I hear about them saying it's the best film ever made, I say, is it? It's all right. It's not that good, but man, it is. It really is a great film. It's super tense all the way through. And it's a film about obsession. That's what it's about. And James Stewart is quite unusual for James Stewart, because usually he's a good guy, lightly shaded kind of guy, but in this it's kind of full dark, and it's like obsessed. He's controlling this woman to make her look a certain way, and she's in love with him, so she's going along with it, and it's kind of tragic, but compelling to watch. Really good film. I still think Psycho is still my favourite Hitchcock, but this is probably the second favourite for me. And I probably acknowledge Vertigo's a much more expansive and complex and probably objectively a better film, but I just like Psycho better. Psycho just kicks ass. But yeah, Vertigo, very good, very good. So I've got North by Northwest to watch soon. I'm looking forward to that. And I was reading up on this. Apparently Hitchcock got really salty with the early James Bonds because he thought they were ripping off North by Northwest, and he was getting no credit for it, and it really annoyed him. Apparently, how about that? And there are some sequences in From Russia with Love which were just tagged in when Sean Connery's being chased by boats or a helicopter for no real reason to the plot. It just happened. And they do look a lot like North by Northwest, so I can kind of see it. Anyway, back to you.
Okay, so my last one is I actually watched two of the old 40s Superman shorts, just sort of as following on from actually watching Superman. These are the first two, so The Mad Scientist and The Mechanical Monsters.
I think I've seen Mechanical Monsters. I don't remember. I've probably seen it, but I don't remember. Mechanical Monsters. By Fleischer was the animator of those.
Yeah, the Max Fleischer, yeah. So, sorry, Dave Fleischer. So,
is it?
Yeah.
So, fun?
Yeah, very fun. It's one of those ones where it's like old enough that it has to start off with the like this made in different times. You may see some like sort of like
how did you
things.
Are they on a streaming service or did you?
They are public domain, so I just watched them on YouTube.
So anyone can watch those.
Yeah, anyone can go watch them. Careful though, there's some 4K upscaled ones that look awful. But yeah, so this first one is basic. The whole thing starts with like the stereotypical Superman introduction, where it's just like faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive, able to leap tall buildings in a single bound, Superman, and it's just like the theme. But yeah, the premise of this, the Mad Scientist one, it literally opens up with Perry White, the editor of the Daily Planet, getting a threatening letter from the Mad Scientist.
Great.
Yeah.
Tells you exactly what it is on the tin. Right.
Electrothanasia ray.
Oh, that sounds bad.
Like, okay. And the first scene's got a great bit where it clearly, even with the warning at the front, they cut a bit. Because it goes off with like, standard stuff. Lois Lane takes charge, leaves before she can be told no, really.
Yeah.
And Clark Kent turns to Perry and just goes, "Don't you think that's kind of a dangerous assignment?" And it fades really quickly.
Yeah, so like, it's going to say for a woman. Yeah.
So,
okay.
Yeah. Basically, we get a lot of really good animation in the 40s. Like, there's just some very, very cool imagery of Superman punching a laser back, and
wow,
like
cool.
Like pulling buildings back up onto level after they get cut in half.
Yeah,
and he basically saves Lois from the scientist and
I mean, those cartoons were the best Superman we had until Superman the movie, really, because there was a 60s or maybe even 50s Superman series which was pretty bad, actually.
Okay.
The bloke playing Superman looked about 50. And he wasn't super fit, let's put it that way.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Imagine Shatner at about 60 playing Superman. You get the idea.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
And the Metal Monsters was a similar sort of thing. There's robots that are stealing a lot of money.
Okay.
And, of course, Lois gets herself captured. Superman comes to save her.
You know what?
Same thing.
I wouldn't mind doing some of that early stuff sometime. I particularly one might be fun is Captain Marvel serial because that's
Yeah.
bonkers. That is bonkers. Have we done Flash Gordon? I can't remember if we've done the Flash Gordon
We've done
serials.
the film, but
No,
not the
I meant the
serials.
serials.
Yeah.
Those are nuts. They're like written
Yeah.
by. It's almost like the 8-year-old come up with a story because it's like, and then this happens, and then this happens, and it goes on and on like that, and
Yeah.
it's kind of insane, but kind of
Yeah,
fun.
the Mechanical Monsters is also really good because it basically inspired a lot of robot media since then.
Oh,
So,
nice.
for example, the robots from Castle in the Sky, just all of Sky Captain in the World of Tomorrow,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
more Superman stuff, more like DC animated stuff. Has been,
Yeah, and you think about it,
like,
there wasn't much robot stuff around. I mean, there was
Yeah.
the Metropolis before that, and
Yeah.
there was like robots in Flash Gordon, I think.
Yeah.
But only as just one of many elements in Flash Gordon.
Yeah.
Right, cool. Sounds good. Okay, shall we move on to Superman the movie? What do you think?
Yeah.
Okay, made in 78. Obviously, Christopher Reeve as Superman. He played him in the first four films in all. Oh, did he appear in Supergirl? Just as a picture, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it's a picture in Supergirl, and then we got the weird AI version of him in the Flash movie.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've forgotten about that. Yes. And quite a successful run. The Sorkins brought this to the screen, and I can't remember the history, but there were two directors. Richard Donner and Richard Lester. But it's usually credited to Richard Donner.
I
who
think
finished
Donner,
it.
because they were 1 and 2 were filmed at the same time. So Donner basically made the first one.
Yeah.
And got part of the way through the second before either quitting or getting sacked.
And Lester.
And then the other,
second one.
Lester came in, did the second one, and reshoots of the first one.
I think Lester also did number 3, but I could be wrong.
Yeah. But apparently a lot of the more comedic stuff is the Lester stuff.
Yeah.
So,
And that shines through in number 3, definitely.
yeah.
Okay. Well, we could get through the plot elements first, but before that, general thoughts.
Yeah, it's a good film. A film of very distinctly two halves. Like,
Yes.
and I don't mean like the first half and the second half. I mean it's alternating bits, alternating sort of plot threads, and then they just kind of smash together at the end.
Yeah, indeed.
So,
I mean, we elected to watch the extended version, didn't we? Which is over 3 hours.
which is apparently a TV cut that they bumped up the length purely because it would make them able to be they could charge more for it. So
now, what was your feelings on this longer cut? I mean, it's been a long time since we watched the original, so it's difficult to say. But what did you think?
that's the thing. I quite liked it. There were some bits where it's like this is a very long film. Why are we focusing on this?
Yes.
So,
the most troubling additions for me was in the first hour, because I just was waiting for Christopher Reeve to turn up, right? I appreciate all the Mara Park Kent and the baby, but teenage Clark I really wasn't that interested in. I felt like there was enough of that in the original, and we just got another 15 minutes of that or something, maybe 10 minutes of that. And also the stuff on Krypton was quite extended, but I didn't mind that. I thought that was quite interesting.
yeah, that's lore building.
Yeah, I saw a face I did not remember being in this film, and it kind of shocked me. In the Kryptonians, William Russell, who plays Ian Chesterton, one of the first companions of Doctor Who. And I spotted him. It's like, is that it? And then I checked. Yes, it was. I do like the Kryptonian stuff. I think it's really interesting. Those Dayglow outfits they wear are amazing.
Yeah, weirdly, kind of reminded me a lot of Tron.
Tron, yeah.
Like,
But yeah, it looked good. I thought Marlon Brando was actually really good as well, because some people say he kind of phoned this in, but I thought it was quite effective.
But yeah, he this is the one where he had to. Well, he had all his lines written on cue cards, and apparently, his reasoning was like it felt more natural to him. It came off well. Like
Yeah, you can't tell. You can't
yeah,
tell.
you can't really tell. So
And I guess it's kind of hard for an actor to get it. The dialogue's kind of toshy, right? It's
Yeah.
technobabble, so I kind of get it, but he delivers it well. Yeah. So really, apart from that, I was fairly happy with the extended. I mean, I did feel there was a few points. It's like really, and when it really wasn't on Superman or Clark Kent or Lois, it was like.
yeah,
Though there was some good stuff with old Lex Luthor and his crew. That was kind of fun. They're so goofy. Their plots were so goofy. Okay. So it starts on Krypton, and we see Zodnon and Ursa. They wanted to start an uprising and take over the council, and they've been consigned to the Phantom. So, did you notice how many times they kind of pop up in floating through space?
yeah.
I don't remember that in the original, but
No,
I could be
I
wrong.
don't. I
It's
feel
just,
like that was almost setting up for a comedy bit, like later
Almost,
in the film, where
yeah.
it's like, oh yeah, some spacemen, and it's like, oh, there goes the mirror.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. No, I think there was that was tied into something too. One of the things we saw, because it was almost like as baby, Superman, his crystal ship flew past them, it kind of turned the mirror so it started following in its wake, which again suggests that's what brought it towards Earth,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
I thought that was kind of clever. Jor-El and his wife Lara sends Kal-El to Earth. And Jor-El saying he'll be stronger, he'll be virtually invulnerable. You know, he'll be able to do things the other, but he'll look like them. You know, that's the thinking. So yeah. So there's.
I think this is weirdly like the first version I've seen where Clark isn't a baby when they find him. Like the Kents are just sort of driving home, and a meteor strikes near them, and this three-year-old
Toddler,
just wanders up. So
yeah, so he's been being educated all through that journey, right, and fed and whatever. I don't know, all through that journey. So he spent years being educated inside his crystal ship before he gets to Earth. So he crashes in Smallville, Kansas. Martha Kent immediately takes to him and sort of says, we could raise him as I could tell him he's my sister's boy and all of this. And Jonathan's like, we can't really do that. I have to say, this version of Pa Kent and Mark Kent is very good. Pa Kent in particular. It's so much better than the Costner one. That fouls quite badly compared to the comic books, right?
Yeah. I mean, we're skipping a little ahead for this, but it is kind of important that Pa Kent dies in a way that Superman can't stop.
Yeah.
Because that's how that teaches him that, like, he needs to protect everything.
Yeah.
And not just hide entirely.
Yes.
God,
He realised...
that version of Pa Kent.
Yeah, it's terrible. But, you know, we see his teenage years, we see him interacting with Lana and the football team, and he's frustrated that he can't actually use his powers. On the football team, he'd score like 100 touchdowns a game, wouldn't he, right? But we'd see a demonstration of that when he kicks the ball into space, pretty much. And we also see him running against the speeding train, which is very simple.
I also get the weird bit where it's like, where they kind of try to frame it like, oh yeah, Lois is on the train. It's like, oh yeah, don't lie about this. The boy you saw running there, Lois. You got a story maker's mind, and she's like 5.
Yeah,
when
she
Clark
seems
Kent's
way
his
younger than
teenage,
him.
It's like Margot Kidder is definitely not younger than Christopher
Reeve,
Reeve in this one.
Yes.
So.
It's a bit weird, right? Anyway, after the heart attack, he's kind of grieving, but there's a green crystal from the spaceship, which they did recover, that was hidden in the barn, finds calls the Clark, really. And he goes off, he says goodbye to Ma, and he just follows where he thinks it's taking him to the Arctic, where the Fortress of Solitude gets made. Very cool, very cool. Reflected somewhat in Watchmen, right? In Ozymandias' palace.
Oh, there's a lot of things I was thinking of for Watchmen in this one. Yeah. So he then spends, like, I think it's 3 years, they say in the film, just living at the Fortress of Solitude, learning about his powers.
Yeah.
He goes off on a flight for the first time and takes, like, a sweep over everywhere.
Yeah. It's very cool.
Oh, sorry, I've just spotted in Wikipedia. It was 12 years he was there.
Yeah, I think he was more like 30. It's a bit Jesus-y, right?
Yeah.
Because Jesus went into the wilderness for a while and then came back. But yeah, I think he's like 30 when he gets to the Daily Planet, right? Is it the Daily Planet? Yeah, it's the Daily Planet.
Yeah, Daily Planet. Well, he's weirdly evasive about his age. Like when they have the like cute meet cute with Lois later on, he's like, "Oh, I'm older than 21." It's like,
Yeah,
cool. Like,
well, probably to cover any kind of detective work about who else is the same age as this guy, right?
Yeah.
One thing I do want to ask: do you think he's convincing as Superman and Clark Kent, and no one spots it? Do you think that works?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they show again at the bit with the flight. He demonstrates physically how he's different.
Yeah.
Because there's a bit where while in his like a suit and tie, he stands up as Superman, and then as soon as Lois enters the room, he like ducks it back down.
He shrinks himself.
Starts talking differently. So
yes. So he gets the job. We see Lois comedy reporting involving rape and she can't spell is the running gag, right? She can't spell. How do you spell carnage or whatever she says?
Massacre, and it's like 2 C's.
It's all that.
He's just ripping her apart. She like brings her story in and he goes, "Rapist has 1 P." Amazing.
And we see Jimmy Olsen as well. And he's fine.
He's in the film. He doesn't do much. He basically only really shows up here and at the end.
He's the one that also appears in Supergirl, isn't he? He does appear in Supergirl. But him and Lois, Clark's already attracted to Lois, right? But then we finally see a bit of Superman, right? Where Lois is got in a helicopter and there's an accident and it kind of crashes and it's hanging off the side of the roof. And Clark, we see a comedy bit where Clark runs to the phone box, but it's just a little booth on the wall.
It's one of those like waist high ones where it's just sort of 3 sides. And so he runs over to like a rotating door, and runs that quickly, and then comes out of Superman. We get a weird bit where a pimp is like, "You're looking fly, Joe."
Yeah, he goes, "That's a mean outfit, son," and all this. And then he flies off, and the bloke goes, "Whoa!"
Superman goes, "Excuse me a moment," and then flies off. Nice and polite in regards to it.
So Lois is plunging to her death with a massive crowd watching, and Superman catches her, right? Yeah. And he goes,
the crowd and the emergency services appear in seconds.
Seconds, yes.
Like it's like, it landed a bit awkwardly.
Yeah,
fire engines and police cars.
Yeah, and my question is, if you saw a helicopter hanging off the side of a building, would you stand under it looking up?
I'm going to quote George Carlin here. Think how stupid the average person is, and remember how that half of them are statistically even more stupid. So,
all right, fair enough.
Yeah.
So he catches her, and he goes, "There's a really nice time." He goes, "Don't worry, I've got you." And she goes, "But who's got you?" You know. And then the helicopter comes plunging down towards them, and Superman flies up to meet it.
Just catches it.
Just catches it and takes it back on. Really cool. This was parodied in Big Bang Theory, wasn't it? They kept talking about, Lois would have been sliced into 3.
Yeah, there's a lot of times where Lois would have died horrendously.
Yeah.
And, in fact, does die horrendously a couple of times. But, this is the least of it. So.
Yeah, I mean, he can adjust his flight a bit to soften the blow and all that. He knows what he's doing.
Well, the theory in Big Bang Theory was that he's using his super strength to fly, i.e. he's jumping towards her.
Okay.
But no, he can
He's
fly.
flying. No, this is actually flying.
So,
this isn't jumping, this is flying. He's not the Hulk. He's Superman, right? And then there's that whole scene where he gives her an exclusive interview.
We get like a montage of him just helping out around the
Oh
city,
yes, we do. Yes,
including the first like few versions of him showing up as Bulletproof.
yeah.
And
Blokes hitting him with metal bars and getting a vibration like that.
Yeah, and he goes, "Oh, you got some good vibrations," and then punches
Good
him.
vibration.
Yeah.
Yeah, some good stuff there. Good montage sequence. But then he has like an interview, which is more like a date with Lois. She's asking him things like, "What colour underwear am I wearing?" and
Yeah.
things like that.
We got like the wee bit where he saved a cat out of a tree, and the little girl he handed it to went into her house and was like, "Mommy, a flying man came and helped me." And you hear, "Don't tell lies."
Yeah.
Like,
so
what?
70s. But then he does reveal that he can't see through lead. Because he can't see her underwear until she steps out from it. So he reveals in the interview he can't see through lead, and he reveals he's from another planet, doesn't he?
Yeah, he just flat out tells her, "It's like I'm from about that direction, and
Yeah.
it used to be a planet called Krypton there, and
Yeah.
it didn't go well."
Now Lex
Luthor
Luthor.
all of his
Yeah.
secrets.
In the meantime, Lex Luthor sort of pops up. Gene Hackman, wonderful version of Lex Luthor. Gene Hackman's really good in this, with his assorted wigs.
Yeah, I liked that was the thing, because I'm guessing that they couldn't convince him to fully shave his hair, and he didn't want to do a bald wig bald like cap for most of it. So he just get it at the end. He pulls off his wig.
Yes,
but
and
it's hilarious that like the Lex Luthor stuff has almost nothing to do with Superman until like the last half hour.
That's true. Yes,
Yeah.
I mean basically the Lex Luthor stuff played for comedy, pretty much. Though we do get an extended scene where they see a couple of cops see Otis and start following him, and that's a bit extended, I think. And basically,
Otis being his like stooge. He's got two hands.
so
Otis, and we got Miss Tassamaka.
who's his girlfriend? Do you think? But he calls her
like
Miss Tessmacher. So
Eye candy. I don't know.
yeah, I don't know.
She basically
She's very
just
good.
like lasers around. She's funny, but yeah, she basically just sort of lasers around his lair in various kind of skimpy outfits.
Yeah, she often
He just gets
bursts his
his
bubble when he gets
Yeah.
pompous, doesn't she, as well?
Yeah.
My favourite Lex Luthor line is something like, "Some people can read War and Peace. I think it's a good story. Others can read a bubblegum wrapper and uncover the secrets of the universe." And she's like, "Don't give me all that." But meanwhile, Otis is like squinting at a packet of chewing gum. Like, that always makes me laugh, that bit.
And then so it's like we both got the number 200 associated with us, Otis, of my IQ and your weight. And it's basically just an excuse for Gene Hackman to do comedy bits for like the entirety of the film.
Apparently, he was keen to do comedy, which is one of the reasons he was in Young Frankenstein. He actually asked Gene Wilder, "Can I be in it? Because I've never done comedy." He was the blind hermit, wasn't he, in Young Frankenstein? But he continues in the comedy vein here. But it totally works. I mean, it doesn't feel atonal to the film at all. And he's like supposed to be he's a genius and he's working out this and the other. He's buying up bits of the desert on the good side of the San Andreas Fault and things like that, right?
The whole plan is to like blow up the San Andreas Fault. So we get a protracted sequence where he uses a remote-controlled car that he then flips and destroys so that he can fake a car crash. And then distract all the guards to this missile so that they can reprogram where it's going to shoot.
Yeah, so they're not stealing the missiles; they're just reprogramming where they're going to go, and gives him control of them, right? And even a cutout he claims, but I'm not sure about that, to be honest. If he really has got one.
But it's with the way the film paces it. It feels like Superman is active for one day, and then Lex Luthor's like, "Okay, I'm going to kill everyone because you're here."
Yeah, no, I thought it was more like he had this plan already, and now Superman's come along. He's got to adapt because he knows Superman can stop one bomb, so he has
Yeah.
to do two, right?
Yeah.
And send the other one in a completely different direction.
Yeah.
And then so Superman can't possibly stop both. Then that's the idea. If he
Yeah.
were going to, but he probably doesn't need to.
It's like
'cause
he doesn't know about the plan until, like, if Lex Luthor did not invite him and discuss it, I don't think Superman would have known about the plan,
Yeah,
or been able to stop it. 'Cause
Yeah.
it just he explicitly tells us, like, oh yeah, okay, so I'm going to blow up the West Coast. It's like, well, I'll stop you. It's like, okay, get started. It's already in progress.
yeah.
So-
It started 35 minutes ago. He said, or something
Yeah.
like that.
That's Watchmen. That's
Okay. Yes.
that's why I was
Yes.
thinking of,
Thinking
I
of
thought about Watchmen.
Okay. The other thing is smart enough to realise that there's a meteorite from the planet Krypton and it's radioactive poison to Superman. Why it's radioactive poison, we never really established. But that isn't the fault of this film. It's,
That's just the
original.
premise of this. But I always see kryptonite being poisonous to him. I get because I understand it depowering him. I don't understand it being super fatal to him. But
Yeah. I mean, in the comic books, there's mostly red and green. Kryptonite's lethal. Red has weird effects. And there's also other ones. There's like pink kryptonite that does something else. I can't remember what it is.
Pink turns Superman gay.
Oh, is that... Seriously? Is that true? Oh, my
Yeah.
goodness.
There's
Wow.
I think it's just because it only appears once or twice in a comedy
There's
Supergirl.
also... okay, there's also gold kryptonite. I remember that, but I don't know what that does either.
I think gold causes Kryptonian powers in humans.
Oh, interesting idea. Yeah. Oh, okay. It's. Where were we? Basically, we're jumping about a bit.
Yeah.
So basically, we have a comedy interlude where they reprogram the rockets by distracting the guards with Miss Tessmacher and accidents and stuff like that, right?
And there's a lot of weird, very 70s jokes where Miss Tessmacher, who's in a very sheer dress with a lot of cleavage exposed, is like, I'm conscious, and the guy's like, well, I have to give her mouth to mouth, and all the army men start fighting.
Start fighting. So this is basically Superman. He tells him there's a detonator to stop the bombs. And he's sitting on a box, and Superman's trying to find it by using his X-ray vision. Then he sees there's a box he can't see into, thinks it's there. Opens it, green kryptonite.
Yeah.
So it's kind of
he's even
brutal.
put it on a big necklace.
Yeah.
So he just chucks it around his head. It's like, okay, yeah, you're dead now, and pushes him in this big pool that they have.
Water. So it leaves him to die,
I think
pretty much.
We need to address that Lex's base is like a subway station.
Yeah, an
he's
old subway
made a
station.
pool in. And it's 200 feet underground.
Yeah, it reminded me of Beneath the Planet of the Apes, that bit.
Yeah, a bit.
There was a touch of that. And he does keep going on about, we've got prime real estate and Miss Tessmacher going, 200 feet. I'd like to see some sunlight, though, things like that. So Superman's, he's not left to drown, but he's in underwater.
Yeah, because he's been so weakened, he can barely swim.
Yeah. One of the other things in the interview he said was he never lies.
Yeah.
Now, Miss Tessmacher, one of the rockets, Lex says where it's going, and it's where her mother lives. And for some reason, Lex Luthor doesn't care. Instead of just sending it somewhere else, he's deliberately sending it. It feels like.
Well, no, that's the one that. This is the reason that he has two.
That's the distraction, right? That's the diversion.
No, it's not even a distraction. It's Otis accidentally misenters the
oh, okay.
coordinates.
I missed
Because
that.
they have the whole sequence where he's like, oh yeah, I entered it as the three numbers as 8, 9, and 117. It's like, Otis, there's four numbers, 8, 9, 11, and 7. It's like, oh no, Mr. Luthor, sorry, I smudged it on my arm. It's like, And so that's why they have to go and do the whole shtick with the second missile.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
and it's going towards Miss Teschmacher's mother. So she gets the Superman and gets him out and says, "You got to promise me you'll save my mother first. I know you don't lie. You got to promise me." He goes, "Okay." And she kisses him.
Yeah. That kind of sketchy bit. It's like, I didn't think you'd let me if I saved you first. It's
And
like,
she says in a regrettable way, "I always seem to get with the bad guys, not the good guys," and things like that. And Superman does indeed head towards... The rockets have gone off, everyone's panicking, Lex Luthor's monitoring it, but suddenly you see one of the rockets veer off towards space or something, and that's Superman. I mean, I like the effects in this. We haven't really touched on that. I mean, they did sell it as "You'll believe a man can fly." Yeah, it's okay. The
most
flying
part,
effects pretty good.
Him chasing the missile, where they've got like people reacting, the missile, and then him all like superimposed onto the same screen, don't look great. But that's about the only time the effects really fail.
Yeah. So. I mean, there's lots that look like Thunderbird sets as well when
Yes.
there's natural disaster. There's a lot of that. But he managed to get to one of the rockets, but the other one hits, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And we see Perry White, Jimmy Olsen near the Hoover Dam, right?
Yeah, he's at the Hoover Dam, and Lois is out there talking to Native Americans who are like talking about how, oh yeah, someone's dammed up our river, so like
So
now our
they've got no water.
Someone's bought all the land, so I think it's. I'm not even sure it's meant to be the Hoover Dam. I think it's.
It looks like it, though.
It is the Hoover Dam.
Yeah.
But I think it's something that Lex Luthor Incorporated, because it's not LexCorp yet, came up with.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that cracks, and Superman just starts saving things.
He pushes lots of rocks in the way of the.
He stops the flood. He saves the train about to be derailed by laying down and being a line.
And he dives underground and pulls the tectonic plates back into place.
Yeah.
That was the most insane bit.
How does he know what to do? But it's Superman. Okay.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, we see an extended sequence where Lois stops for gas, and suddenly it's an earthquake, and posts are falling across the road, and
she ends up in a crevasse, and then rocks start falling on top of her.
Oh, it's brutal,
and
man.
It's long. Like, I'm not even sure if she dies of like being crushed. She just gets pummeled with stones.
Or
I'm surprised there was much of her to get out of the car.
Yeah, or she could have just run out of air. It's hard to tell. But Superman does find the car.
He gets to her, but it's too late.
He hears her screaming, doesn't he? From thousands or hundreds of miles away. He flies there.
At that point, it's not even screaming; it's like whimpering, and he's like immediately sort of snaps in her direction and shoots off.
Yeah, and when he finds her dead, it gets a rage. He gets a total rage.
Like brutal scream from him.
Yeah, I mean, again, Christopher Reeve's great performance there. He's really convincing, and he flies up into space.
And we get the sequence everyone rags on about. He turns back time.
Now, but before that, Marlon Brando appears on the clouds and sort of warns him not to interfere with Earth's flow of time, right?
Yeah.
But he doesn't care. He just goes angry and he starts flying past. Now, I always considered that what he's doing, he's sending himself back in time.
Yeah.
It makes
it's one of the
sense.
things that I think since then, the Flash became a lot more popular, and his ability to run fast enough to move through time has come to the forefront. So DC's kind of explained it more since the film came out. But end result is he's back in time and he saves Lois.
And she has a go at him.
Yeah.
So where have you been? He goes, I've been a bit busy, Lois. And she's like, oh yeah, of course. She softens a bit. And, he's just happy he's done it. And it clearly is the right thing to do, right?
Yeah.
And then, he goes and gets Lex Luthor, right?
And he just drops him in prison.
Yeah.
Lex could have got away from this if he was just like, I don't know what's going on here, man. Like, because he has no evidence.
Yeah.
But he immediately pulls off his wig. It's like, I'm the greatest criminal mastermind the world has ever seen.
And Otis is trying to back him up, but just treads all over his lines and wrecks his big entrance or whatever. And the governor's like, thank you, Superman. How would we manage without you? And he goes, I consider we're all part of the same team. He's very Boy Scout, very Superman.
Yeah.
And he flies off.
That's the best Superman. I hate when people do evil Superman. Like, or mean Superman.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. No, actually, it works well when it's part of the plot. Like in 3, when he meets, there's an evil version and a good version. That is really good. That is actually very good. Very good part of 3. But, yeah, then we see him flying in space, and...
That's the end shot.
He breaks the fourth wall, doesn't he?
Yeah, he waves at the camera.
He just smiles at the camera and flies off. I did like the flying through space stuff. I thought it was very cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah, good film.
Yeah.
Well, I've seen. I think if I watch it in future, I'm not going to watch the extended. I'm going to stick to the
same.
2 hours 20 is plenty.
Very long. I had to break it up just because of how long it was. But yeah, it was a good watch. It's worth seeing it at least once.
I think it's okay to break up. It kind of works. The first hour is its own thing. The second hour is its own thing, and the third hour is its own thing. So it kind of works if you do break it up anyway, without you really missing a beat. But yeah, I prefer the shorter cut overall, personally. Really enjoyed it. Thought it was a lot of fun. And it does feel much of a muchness with 2. You can kind of tell they filmed them together. And it's the Salkinds, who famously made, what was it? The 3 Musketeers and the 4 Musketeers at the same time.
Okay.
But didn't tell anyone, so paid everyone for one film. And that action causes what's called the Salkind clause in all films now, that you can't make it more than one film. Because that was a nifty... not a naughty trick. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, it's a terrible trick. Like, good lord.
We'll have to cover those films sometime, because those are great films, you know.
At some point.
They really are. But yes, I enjoyed this greatly. I'm glad we went with this. It was fun. It was good to see Hackman. His height, really. Probably one of his most... one of his roles in his most popular film, I'd say.
Yeah, I'd say that.
Yes. Though he's been in loads of quite good, Poseidon Adventure, Hunt. No, Red Crimson Tide was one of his, wasn't it? And Quick and the Dead. I mean, we enjoyed Quick and the Dead.
I was going to say, I think weirdly the only other film we've covered him in is The Quick and the Dead.
And he was great in that. You know, takes a lot to scare me. I love it. You know, all that. Yeah. Oh, Young Frankenstein. Yeah. So, let's get to rating. What would you rate this?
I'd give this a 8 and 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. It's a little slow. Even the shorter version is baggy in places.
Yeah.
There's a few atonalities. Some of the special effects near the end that aren't involving Superman are a bit shonky. They do look like Thunderbirds. But overall, I mean, the music's great. John Williams delivers on this. It's a really good piece of music. The only thing that overshadows it a bit is John Williams has done even more famous and better, Indiana Jones and Star Wars and stuff like that. But Superman's a pretty damn good score. So yeah, and I thought Margaret Kidder was good as Les. I thought the casting was good all round.
Everyone was cast well, even if they weren't in it much. I've said about Jimmy Olsen not really being in it. He's supposed to be like a curious kind of almost a kid, and he plays that role. Perry White's like a demanding. Perry White's a bit more J. Jonah Jameson in this, but it's all very well played. So.
Enjoyable film, and recommend. Okay, let's wind up there. So, bye from me.
Bye.